There's so much praise to give. Zep, are you ready on my timer? I'll need it. Okay. So I want to give praise to Vitor and Lauren for really killing it on the Common Simulator post that just came up there. It's the last post. I want to praise Merlin, Vitor, YGG, Andrew Shinichi, Sam. Oh man, I can't praise. There's like 40 people I want to praise for the Common Simulator, and all the work finally came together, and it's finally like complete, and the last blog post is out. Next level will happen soon, but yeah, I just want to give praise to the Common Simulator crew. Definitely want to praise Tam for an amazing retrospective today, and all the hard work that she does with the stewards group and organizing us and pulling out all the gems. So much got identified. And I also want to praise Ivy and Septimus for their transparency work. It's another underappreciated but critical piece of our infrastructure that holds us all together. I want to praise Katie for the awesome blog post that happened, and Sem for his amazing work getting all the impact hours minted. And I'll pass it to Livia.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. Okay. I want to praise Tam for being a superhero. It's on my life goals to be as efficient and relevant as you. I praise Katie for being an awesome writer and bringing so much eloquence to our posts. Praise Mateo and Santi for the constant support with SourceCred, and Griff and Sam for all the tips they gave us. I praise Peter for bringing working groups to the labs, the Longtail Financial. And I want to praise Zaptimus for putting out such an important topic of how do we manage passwords and credentials in a DAO that it's so decentralized. And I'll pass. I'll pass to Anna Maria.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, big thanks to Livia, praise thanks to Livia, Griff, Mateo, everyone on the SourceGrid team for letting me accidentally do my first DAO, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, big praise and thanks to Suga for such an eloquently written post that was so clear on how new contributors can join, and for a really lovely warm chat that we had earlier today. And with that, I will pass to Tam.
So I'm going to take a very easy way out, and I'm going to say I praise everyone that Griff has praised. And I also praise Josie, who made what I think are the best visual explainers that TEC has ever had. And please praise him. He's getting zero compensation for this. He's just doing it for his love and curiosity of token engineering. Praise Sherman for our amazing sync today. I'm going to praise Katie for the excellence she brings to all the work that she does. And Craig for your Excel acrobats, and Livia for being the soul of the TEC. I know I forgot a lot of people, and that's why I cheated and doubled Griff's. And I will pass to Chewy.
Hey, Tam. Sorry, I just came in. So, okay, praise for this week. I want to praise the Common Swarm team, Sam, Paulo, Fabi, Gabi, Nagan, and Pablo, who have been doing a lot of amazing jobs. I also want to dish praise to Septi because he has been helping me a lot with the audit. I also want to dish praise to Katie, who's always there for always reviewing stuff, and like no matter what, you are always gonna get like really honest and straightforward feedback from her. I want to dish praise also to Livy for all of her work in SoftGov. And Juanca for Gravity. It seems that we're already reaching metagame and One Hive communities. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Tam, since I don't know who already went.
Great, I'll pass it to Suga.
Hey, I'd like to dish praise to Josie for the fabulous visuals. And by the way, you stole my idea, Tam. I was going to praise all the people. Griff praise. This is a separate issue. I want to know who all those people are so I can praise them. I have to figure that out. I'd like to praise ViViV for that really cool infographic describing the difference between the common stack and the TEC. I'd like to dish praise to Fahern for his detailed feedback in comms this week, and to Pavel in this call and Acid Laser for being around and jumping in, and to Santi and Shebnem for the explanation. Oh dear, I don't know how to describe it. I'll get that to you, Ivy, afterwards. It was that chat we had the other day. Oh dear, Chewy, Olivia, and Tam for their last minute jumping in today on the what's the word, Tam? Update. And lastly, sorry, Zepti for using all of his memes in the blog. And I'll pass it to Nuggin.
Hi guys. I want to praise Chewy for the onboarding into the One Hive stuff, and YGG and Mitch and Griff and Sam for all the who work on the Param groups and with the bonding curve, and also Makhali for the deployment of the bonding curve Python app. And I'll pass it on to Nate, I think.
Yeah, I want to praise Mitch and Griff and Nuggin and all of you who are working diligently on the parameters for the Commons upgrade. I think it's really awesome reading that document. Chewy for all the work you're doing in comms. I want to praise Zepti for really spearheading this permissions management, and Tam for just being so organized. And just honestly, Tam, I can't thank you enough for just kind of just guiding everybody. It's really amazing. I want to praise Acid Laser for your contributions to comms, and Santi for all the work you do in legal and guiding source cred, and praise to Santi and who's it, Sim? Mateo for doing the source cred DAO. And I'll pass it to Lauren.
Oh wow! Hi, I just popped in. Hi. Cool. Awesome. I'd like to praise Vitor for his work on the Common Simulator blog post. We got part 3 out today. I'm super excited. I want to praise also Ivy for shilling and sharing about it. I want to praise Griff for just being like awesome and super supportive. My car broke down today, guys. It was a whole thing. And yeah, and I want to praise Anna Marie for also being super understanding and for trying to sync up with me for a Common Simulator sync. And I want to praise Mitch and Nuggin and Marco and Griff for all of their work on the MVP Commons upgrade spec. And yeah, and I'm feeling really unprepared, so I'm just gonna pass it, and I'm gonna pass it to Katie if she hasn't gone.
I can pass it on though to Acid Laser, perhaps.
Hello. So I would like to praise Chewy for keep pushing me and helping me to get more involved in this project. And to Mount Manu for letting me help him with graphics in the tech video. And Tam for motivate me with the new merch design, and for everybody for be here. And I'm going to pass it to, I don't know, Chewy? Or?
I'm going to pass it to YPG.
Awesome, Hammer. I want to praise Dan Knobelsdorf for helping some LTF peeps go through the C-Stack onboarding process. I want to praise Peter for facilitating the TE Services workshop kickoff this week in the TE labs. Praise Nuggin and Magali for helping out with the tech params and tech lab bonding curve app deployment. Oh, and Magali for looking into the praise data clustering. Yeah, and I'll pass over to Pavel.
Hi guys. This week I'd like to dish praise to Sam, to Vitor, and to Paulo for the hacking session on deploying the DAO to the Rinkeby testnet. And yeah, I'll pass it to Nate.
Thank
Nate?
you. I already went.
Yeah, I'll take it. Pass it to Heater. Oh, Heater is Heater not here anymore? How about Eilish or EJ Lish? Are you there? Oh, no luck on you either, huh? How about Wonka?
Yeah. Okay. I would like to dish praise to Mateo because he's been doing like a lot of amazing stuff. To Sam and Griff, to because they are amazing leaders and amazing persons. To Livy because she's like I admire her so much and she's like a real inspiration for how I want to keep working and how I want to impact on people. And I want to praise Septimus because he has a great energy and works so much. Tam for being so organized and helping us organize ourselves. Chewy for being super proactive and for helping Gravity enter in One Hive as well as Metaverde. To Ivy for all her work that she does that is not noticed. To Didan, Durgadas, Lauren, Mitch, Craig, Nate, and T. Wells for collaborating in Gravity this week. And I will pass to Crypto Dude. You there?
Crypto Dude?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Hi. All you guys, great work. This is my first community call, so it's great to see such great atmosphere, great energy. So happy to join you guys and hopefully get to work with you a bit more. Thank you. And I'll pass to Pavel. Pavel.
Nice try. Yeah, he already went, but good job. We always throw people in this. It's never that easy. I'll pass it for you. D-Dan, take it away.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right,
dude.
thanks. I want to do some praise to Ivy for keeping track of all the praise and like whoever was organizing all those parameter sessions that we had like over and over all the to debate the and I want to do some praise to Wonka because he's always like just always heart on mission. So appreciate that. And I don't really know. Maybe I'll pass it back to Griff because I got here a little late today.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'll throw it over to Santi. Sorry, Santi. Yeah.
Thank you, Griff. I'm gonna go fast. I want to praise Tam. I want to praise Livy especially because she's so sweet. It's impossible to tell her no. I want to praise Mateo, Katie, Nate, Sean, the Caesar Sean, the legal Sean, Juan Carlos, Zepti, Sam, Griff, Marco, White Gigi, the other Sean, Mitch, Chewy, and Ivy. And I just don't know who went. I'm trying to think, but I cannot keep track. Yeah, I pass it back to you.
It's okay. Sam, take it away.
Okay, I want to praise you for being so extrovert and super cool. I also would like to praise Nugan for improving the bonding curve front end. I would also praise Paulo, Paul, and Vitor for the hack session gardens, and YCG for the Labs working group initiative. And I will pass it to Anne-Marie. I don't know if you already went.
She already went. I think actually Zeptimus still
Yeah,
has to go.
I have a long list. I want to give praise to Libby for updating the decision tracking. Like every decision we have, she's updating it and adding to a sheet. And also for all your support on the last forum post. But honestly, for being there every time, you're really awesome. I want to give praise to Craig because he's updating all the impact hours and sending it to the contracts. I feel he's him, so major praise to him. And praise for Edu for the offboarding document. It's looking awesome. And this to Edu, Tam, Craig and Griff for reaching out to the impact hour people so they don't lose the impact hours. I want to give praise to Sam because like he for the conviction voting dashboard and for teaching me a lot about like he was teaching me how to make votes and for new DAOs. So thank you, Sam. I want to give praise to YSG for all the work on the labs and for the impact hours, like the impact hour analysis. Oh no. I had a lot of praise, but I will write it. Thank you guys, and I'll pass it to Griff because I don't know who has to win.
Yeah, well, EJ Lish is saying that their mic is having issues, and it's their first time, so they're not able to praise. So I think Heater might be our last one. Heater?
Yeah, awesome. I'll also be fast. I would like to praise YGG for helping me coordinate some of the TE services ecosystem kickoff stuff. If you don't know what that is, I'd love for you to check out the Labs channel. Super exciting. And Blair for continuing to chip in on the CAD working group proposal. He's been a huge help there. And for Jess and Chris for helping onboard me to the Gitcoin grants process. Excited to chip in this round. And that's it for praise, I guess.
That's it for praise. That's absolutely right. Oh wait, actually, I think Eduardo just popped in. Eduardo, you have any praise for the week?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I wanna give praise for Shui for his idea of the scouts. I think it was an amazing idea. I wanna give praise to Tam for the stewards gaming that we had on the stewards call. Thank you for that. I wanna give praise to Lauren for helping with the outreach to members. I wanna give praise also to Septimus for helping with the goodbye document that we are preparing for Hatch Outreach. And I think that will be all. Back to you, Griff.
Fantastic. Welcome to the community call. We always started out with praise, and it's always a good time. I'll be facilitating. Wonka will be moderating. And if you want more of that good praise stuff, feel free to reach out. We have a praise onboarding every week in the Common Stack channel, actually, I think. But also, if you want to be able to dish praise whenever you want, you can do it in the Discord. You can do it in any channel in Discord for the most part, or just the classic praise channel. And just reach out to one of the stewards to give you praise powers, and we'll hook you up and give you a little intro to understand the details of it. Also, if you want to dish praise on Telegram, feel free to reach out to me. I can give you those praise powers. And there's a little more onboarding because it's harder there. But we have a praise channel there. And if you want to receive praise, join the Telegram TE praise channel. It makes Ivy's job way easier if you're in there. So don't be shy, jump on in. And also, as always, I like to remind us that if there's any kind of weirdness, if you feel like, or a weird, this is a relatively professional environment, but it's also, we're family too, and there can be conflicts in family, and there can be weirdness. And we have gravity here to hold us together, keep us even stronger than we think, than we are right now. So if there's any kind of weird cracks in the shell of our community, fill out this gravity type form and tell us about it, and so that way Wonka and the Gravitons can come and pull us all together. And as I said last week, we have the final parameters. We're doing the last demo test today that Sem will talk about, and so we know how everything is going to be set up. So the hatch is coming. We're just there. We're almost there. And with that, I'll pass it to Tam to present the community stewards and lead off the working group section.
Okay, great. Cool. So, yeah, here's what our sprints look like. We're just finished sprint 11 today, and we just did our retrospective. Our retrospectives are also always really an amazing time for us to reflect on all the things that went well in this last 2-week period, all the things we could do better, and then actions to improve and the things we can do better. It gives us all a chance to constantly be introspective about our own personal processes, the processes of our working group, or things that are happening in the community. And this sprint, we have highlight, praise, and IH discussions, and post to the forum at least once every sprint. We want to get a little more action on this sprint. So those are the actions we're going to bring into this next sprint. Here we have, oh, not there, here. Tomorrow is sprint planning, and I want to say it was really cool that Mihai joined us in the retrospective today. Just like to hang out and be on and observe. And if you want to come, you're welcome. Everyone is welcome to all of these. The sprint planning is going to be tomorrow. And if you do come, you should know that Chewy is our resident sprint planning DJ. So good times will be had. I want to say this contributor wish list was a greater success than I ever could have imagined, actually. I've been reached out to personally. I've seen people reaching out to stewards, asking about specific roles that we're looking for. So if you want to see what the stewards, what kind of skills they need in the working groups, the list is here. It is in the latest blog post by Katie. Feel free to reach out to Katie or to whose handle is Suga, or any of the stewards directly. And then I also want to say this, you probably have already seen this as well. These are the visual explainers that Joe Zanstra created for us. Phase 1 and phase 2. Now it's pretty clear where we are. Like, where are we in terms of what the TEC is doing? Oh, we're in phase 1 and we have finished voting. So we finished step 2 and now we're at step 3 to fund the hatch. I did a hatch outreach with somebody today and I just realized that I almost didn't need to speak because it was so clear, these explainers. And the second one, of course, is like, hey, what is the token engineering commons going to look like after the commons upgrade? So now we can see exactly what it's going to look like. What else do I have? Okay, things like what's left before the hatch. So before the hatch, Hatcher Outreach is still reaching out to people that have earned impact hours to make sure that they know that those impact hours will be lost forever if they haven't activated their Trusted Seed membership before the hatch. It's super important. We've already reached out to many people. We're reaching out to some more. Labs is doing an impact hour data analysis and will produce results. And SoftGov and Gravity are going to define our process to review those results and vote on whether we have interventions or don't have interventions. Comms has a lot of great things coming. One thing that we are also looking at in terms of timing for the hatch, and specifically the hatch closing, is ETHCC in Paris, July 20 to 22nd. It would be a shame if our hatch closed before the people from TEC who will be presenting there have a chance to present, and give people in Paris the opportunity, or an ETHCC in Paris, the opportunity to participate in the hatch. And without any further ado, all of the working groups have the best information and the latest information. I'll pass to Santi from legal.
Thank you, Tom. All right, we are the legal working group. We've been working hard to get all the legal documents finished before the hatch. Now that the voting has finished, we've started implementing those params to the documents. That was all that was missing, and we're going to end up doing that tomorrow. We've started to work to meet bi-weekly instead of weekly, and we're open to discuss any legal needs that the DAO may face from now on. One of the things we're going to be discussing tomorrow, suggested by Libby, is the covenant. We're going to start discussing on the covenant tomorrow. So it's a very interesting to see many different faces every week or every other week that we're starting to meet. It's important stuff that we discuss. We have a great member with us, which is Sean. He's a lawyer, and he's been helping a lot on all these documents on the past weeks. And we meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. European time. You're all invited. We will post the agenda a few minutes before, so anyone is invited to be there. Thank you, and I'll pass to Gravity, Juan Carlos.
Thanks, Santi. Hello, everyone. Well, the Gravity Working Group is our system of conflict management. Our idea is to foster prevention of conflicts, but also visible people in the community who you can contact if you have like any issue, so that we can have like a peer process to look for agreements and transform some situations that can be initially conflictive into situations that can be the best for all parts involved through dialogue. So that's the idea. And our weekly working group call is after this call, and we will be talking about gratitude and about the identities that we relate to, because I have been reading this book called Karma, and is talking about how sometimes we carry a bag that is related to our identity, and sometimes we are too attached to some things that are weight instead of relieving. So if you want to, you can jump into our working group call, and we also have invited some people from Giveth because they want also to implement Gravity and get to know what we're working on. So everyone invited, and feel free to reach any of the Gravitons or fill the type form, because this is what we are for, and the feelings of everyone in the community are super important for us. I will pass to Hatcher Outreach.
Cool, I forgot we went so soon already. The same message, we've been reaching out to everyone. We've made it to everyone that has more than 14 impact hours. And now we're doing the list of people who have less than 14 impact hours. So we prioritized by the people that have the most impact hours, talked to every single person individually, got on a call with some people and helped them activate their Trusted Seed membership. And now we're doing people with less. I want to give a sneak preview. It's Chewy we'll talk about a little bit later, but Comms and Hatcher Outreach is collaborating on this idea that Chewy masterminded, which is TEC Scouts. And if you have questions, you can reach out to Chewy or Eduardo about that. There's a new Hatch AMA. The Hatch AMA is for us to come with any questions that you have, whether it's about the Hatch or what the process is, or it's just an open space that we hold every week, so that if there are questions, there's a place people can come and talk about it. Now it's at 4 p.m., so it's 10 p.m. 10 a.m. EST, which is a little better for a lot of people in EST, and 7 a.m. for PST. And I'll pass to Eduardo to give the rest of the updates.
Thank you, Tam. And the rest of the activities that we are doing in Hatch Outreach are basically, we are doing a accomplishment document. Basically, we are closing the working group, so we are preparing a document that will serve as a model for the closing of other working groups, if possible. And it will be based on the manifesto and all the things that has been achieved during the process and during the time that this working group has been active. That's on one end. And the other end, we're also helping with the scouts, as Tamer mentioned. And also parallel to this, we are doing a POV for Hatchers, which is basically, hey, if you have questions, hey, if you have doubts, or things that you have encountered and then eventually were solved, but you think are relevant for everyone else to know, we will create a document that will serve as a point of view for the Hatchers, like how the parameters will affect you and how anything in the Hatch will be for you. So if any of you in these calls wants to know more or have any question or doubt, reach me out, and then it could be a nice contribution to this document. that will be all on my end. So I will pass it on to Libby.
Thank you. So, should I share my screen? Okay. So in SoftGov Lens, we have deployed this DAO this week for SourceCred. So that's amazing. Mateo was doing most of this work, and I did a quick post here to explain how will this DAO work and what are the next steps for the full implementation. So a quick step-by-step is that a proposal will be made to the TEC, and we'll collect this funds to this DAO. And then we have a bot on Discord that ViViV made, and we'll have a channel specifically for that. And new people that join will put their addresses there. This bot will send all of this information to a spreadsheet, and then Mateo will upload all of this the spreadsheet into the DAO, and this will become a proposal. And then this proposal will be voted by some of the members that we decided in our meeting on Tuesday, and you can find who are them here. So this proposal will be voted because what if people are gaming the system? We'll be able to see that in the spreadsheet. We're not going to change anything, but it's just this awareness that if something looks wrong, we can just deny the proposal from passing and then deal with it and the parameters of SourceCred later on. So we have decided the parameters of this DAO with the help of Griff. So we have a quorum of 41% and a support required of 81%. So that means one person can block the vote if up to 4 people are voting, and 2 people can block the vote no matter what. And then the distribution will happen after this proposal is approved. Now we're almost to the point of making a first test distribution. We just need to implement something, an app that will be a much more elegant solution than what we have now, and Mateo is working on that. So yeah, this is it for SourceCred, and Celeste's proposal was approved. We did have a discussion if this vote was legitimate because we had 12 yes votes, and then after it closed, we had 3 more. So there is 15 yes votes. So it's a lot of people were chiming in this discussion. If you have any opinions about it, please share of how we've been making our decisions. And a great space to discuss and debate all of this is the covenant sessions. So not to debate if the vote was legitimate or not, but how can we put all our concerns in this covenant that will be like our constitution for if any dispute happens. And the next step for praise analysis is we possibly have a meeting tomorrow. So Octopus shared that there are updates waiting to be viewed by everyone interested, and I proposed a meeting for 3 p.m. CT. It's all very last minute, so waiting to see if a lot of people can participate. And yeah, quick AMA. Every week we have an AMA with Katie and I, and it's at 6 p.m. CET on Wednesday. Come if you have any questions. And with that, I'll pass to Zaptimus.
Thank you, Libby. I think it was should I present Omega or transparency? Yeah, I think transparency is better. Thank you, Griff. Yeah, on transparency, there is a lot of things going on. Like first, we meet bi-weekly. Can you go to the next slide, Griff? So I read it and it's better. Thank you. Yeah, we meet bi-weekly, 3 p.m. CET. And yeah, it's like we created a forum post for the credential management that it's pretty open. So there is a lot of opinions from different community members. So it would be nice, like all these opinions be there on the credentials management. And yeah, so we can take a decision as a community because like it's very diverse on how to manage it. And yeah, like let's use this forum to get like all of the thoughts we have and make like the system like the best we can. We are also working. At the moment is one-on-one with Nate, and we're working on rules for each platform. Like the goal is we're brainstorming one platform each week, because like it's something that also Nate raised. Like we don't need like all the same rules for each platform. Like each platform should have their rules, because like some platforms need be more strict and some others maybe not. And yeah, that's what we're working in here. And yeah, and Comms audit went live, so yeah, go and check it out. Chui did an amazing work. Like he updated the manifesto, he did a lot. So thank you, Chui. Like it was awesome. And yeah, the bot is ready. So every time you need to get a recall call and you don't know how, you just write these commands, and yeah, the call is going to be there, and the transparency will upload them to YouTube. And I'll pass it to Omega, Libby.
Letty is here. Letty, do you want to share about Omega?
Yeah, sure. Hello all. I just joined late, but I will give some updates from this working group. We have been discussing and debating and coming to terms with our original research questions, like debating what is the ethos of this community, how can we put together all the engineers, creators, artists, and everyone in this community. So trying to be like very committed to this kind of research and education programs, and we are also trying to come together to make this community better for everyone. And we just hope to get your approvals and all your commitments with us. We are just trying to put together our manifesto in a very disorganized and maybe decentralized manner, but I think it's working in this working group. Maybe we are not following all the rules and all the traditions of this community, but it's great. We have two proposals. That is the Consilience Project. We are trying to sense making in all this DAO, DeFi, and decentralized space. So this is a great working group, I guess, to come together and to discuss, debate, and philosoph a little bit. And yeah, we are having these other questions: who owns poverty, who owns DeFi communities, who owns these communities in general. So come here, we are meeting bi-weekly at 8 CET, 8 p.m. CET, and the next sync session will be in 2 weeks. So you are all invited to come. I'll pass it to the next working group.
YGG, do you want to take it for labs?
Hey everyone, yeah, I was just trying to add some text here, trying to copy and paste this text box, but with no luck. So
here we can keep going. We'll come back to you.
Sure, sounds good.
Comms, Chewy.
Yes. Hello, everyone. We are in the comms group, which is very, very active lately. And it's going to get much, much more intense. So if you're interested in writing or generating any kind of content, we have our working group on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. EST and 6 p.m. Central European Time. And some of the updates that we had this week is we have this new manifesto. We are updating some of our contributors. We are also implementing our content and distribution workflow. Is something new, and if you go to our content and distribution repo in the board, you're gonna find the new template. And yeah, hopefully this is gonna help a lot get all of our content much more organized and efficiently targeted to their correct audiences. We also wanted to make a reminder of the Common Swarm weekly updates, which are also getting a lot of activity, and the team is doing such a great job. And this week's meme is actually related to that, because I don't know if some of you already checked, but you have like 1 million in your wallet. So go ahead and try the hatch dress rehearsal with that. Have some fun, and yeah, we do have the content workshops where we discuss new ideas. This week, a lot of people were busy, so we didn't have a lot of attendees, but know that our doors are always open to get new ideas for content. And yeah, our interview video is done. We were correcting just like some minor issues. We wanted to present it this week, but hopefully it's gonna take like some more hours. So we'll keep you updated on that, and it's gonna go up on YouTube, so you'll all get a chance to see it. And we're into production with our Hatch animated spot, which also is gonna be a great tool for the Hatch front end. And yeah, that's it. I pass it to you, Griff, Params.
It's my turn. Yeah, so a lot going on this week. You know, the Params is not quieted down, even though we're ready for a hatch. There's a lot of work to do to make sure that people understand what the next step is after the hatch. And then we have this Commons config dashboard, which will be like 10 times better than the hatch dashboard. We're so excited. And we have like an amazing team. Nuggin's all over it. Nuggin's helping out everywhere. But the strategy is to really focus on the design. Mitch has been leading the effort to make the spec and figure out how to make these inputs and outputs digestible. Marco's going to recreate the user journey and the UX around it. And with the help of Nuggin and Lauren, we've been really fine-tuning the spec. And then, of course, the Python backend is YGG, Sem, Magali, and Nuggin have been hacking on that. Sem just put together a whole conviction voting thing, like really hardcore, because also OneHive needs it. So it's a very like timely opportunity to start playing with this stuff. The Garden Swarm needs it for all of their DAOs. And YGG and Magali and Nuggin put together the bonding curve Python backend. So we're making major progress. If you guys want to support us in that effort, we have our weekly syncs. They just moved to Tuesday, the old Common Simulator call time. So now we're taking that over for Param so we can get more Europe involvement, 5 p.m. CET. And then if you want to come to the best hack session you've ever been on, we put on some groovy music. And we just like make fun things happen on the parameter stuff. We get a lot done every Sunday in this 4-hour hack session, and everyone's welcome to join. There's always stuff to do. And with that, I'll pass it to YGG for oh no, he's still working. Pass it to Common Swarm and Sem.
Thank you, Griff. Well, we have the previous week hatch the rehearsal. It is already closed, so everyone received their impact hours. You cannot use your TDI anymore, unfortunately. But what you can do this week is to redeem your impact hour, your TECs for XDAI if you don't want to go further with the vote. There is a vote right now is happening in this dress rehearsal that is migrating this DAO into another DAO that doesn't have yet the bonding curve or anything like that, but this is the mechanism that we will use to send the funds from this DAO to the DAO that has the bonding curve and the conviction voting, the gardens at the end. So if you want to vote, you can go ahead. If you vote yes, then you cannot redeem. And if you want to redeem, rage quit, you can also do that in the hatch.tc.org content. So mainly this is the update of the week. We are also working on gardens in order to do the commons upgrade of a garden, and we are working on that. So for me, it's done.
Sure. Yeah, I can always add a few things. I really want to encourage people to rage quit if you can. Rage quit a little bit. Give it a shot. We need it for testing purposes. Please rage quit so we make sure everything works, even if people rage quit. So go get out there and rock the vote. You all have test TEC. test TECH tokens because you all had impact hours, even though you didn't participate in the hatch. So I'll post this link in our general chat, and please go vote and help us test that everything's working. Rage quit a little bit just for funsies and see how it works. And yeah, I think that's it, right? Cool. So then YGG with labs, and then YGG, you're also the spotlight. So you got 15 minutes to take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Griff. Hey, everyone. So yes, tech labs. We have a slide now. So 3 main things, maybe 4 things that come to my mind. So the praise analysis is ongoing. Amazing Megali has stepped up and is going like full-time, full blast on applying clustering solutions to the praise topics to see if we can get categorizations and put the praise into buckets. I just wanted to open this up real quick. I dropped a link in the lab channel. So there's this is the HackMD, which is the root doc. There's 4 things that we're thinking about. So just to prime the community on what we're going to be surveying people for and doing some votes on, we're thinking about the distributions of impact hours and what happens when we apply a UBI. How does that affect the distribution and just what are all the effects that has? And when it comes to voting, it's pretty easy to say, okay, everyone gets 1 hour of UBI. That doesn't change things much. But what if everyone gets 25 hours of UBI? So we can kind of see what that is on the spectrum. There's some interesting stuff here about accounting for discounted impact hours on paid workers. So it was pretty easy to reassemble this data set, and we can see what the distribution of impact hours is if we add back subtracted hours, and we can see what those are total. So we can start to do some accounting on equating those hours versus the cost of the tokens. And there's some cool ideas proposed, like infinite vesting tokens, which would be purely governance with no financial aspects, which I think is pretty neat. So there's lots of good conversations happening. Stay tuned. And we're going to be coming to the community for a sort of simplified voting coming in the next week. We're also looking at the praise categorization and possible credit assignments to pre-impact hour token engineers that made major contributions. So please get involved. You can chat in the labs channel if you want to have an opinion on some of this stuff. I've also linked that document. Anyone can edit it. So that's the praise analysis ongoing. Very important, obviously, for the community. The TE services kickoff. Praise to Peter for doing a whole workshop. And this is kind of being incubated right now in the labs working group. It might become its own working group. It might become a whole DAO. Who knows? It actually kind of relates. I'm going to talk about Longtail Financial, which is kind of an instance of this as an example. So there's a lot of overlap there. But yeah, stay tuned for updates. Really exciting stuff. And there's links to the resources for this in the labs channel. Every Friday, 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. CST, it's the labs coordination drop-in. So come on, hang out. We can talk about cool stuff happening in token engineering. What's everyone interested in? What do you want to see? What are people working on? Sem's doing modeling now. He's making panel apps. So he's like entering full, his final stage, I think. That Frieza meme was very appropriate. Sunday hack sessions, of course, Params, labs, lots of good stuff. It's like going to church. Good karma for the week on Sundays. So lots more dashboards coming. Drop by on Sundays. Very, very kind of casual and a fun working space. So those are the updates for the labs. And I got last minute invited, so I kind of threw something together, but I'm going to jump right in to the spotlight for the week. I'm going to talk about Longtail Financial, which is a sort of a DAO with anarchy governance implementation. This sums it up. Longtail Financial is a epicenter. It's a nexus point for token engineers, developers, computer scientists, mathematicians, AI researchers. It's kind of like a DAO with no governance. People come and hang out and build really cool stuff. There's lots of coding. and it's something to be figured out. There's a lot of emergence there. Longtail Financial is also a corporation that I founded here in Canada, which provides token engineering services. And so we've been doing that since October 2020, and we've been scaling up this practice of applying token engineering in industry and solving problems for clients when it comes to modeling and verification of crypto economic design. So it's kind of like in that sense, we have a small startup company that is growing in tandem along with these decentralized networks. But Longtail Financial is also just kind of a Discord server where lots of things happen and people spark up projects. And it's really meant to be a nexus point for people who are really interested in math and programming and token engineering. So there's so much overlap there between the token engineering commons. And we're really trying to emphasize that now and create a space for that to thrive and for us to unpack the patterns that we're finding and that are emerging through this token engineering ecosystem services initiative that's now been kicked off in the labs. And to give credit back, that really started from, we had a team in Longtail Financial, which was led by Peter Hacker, or Heater is his tag. And he saw this opportunity to take what's happening in Longtail Financial, the corporation, and bring that into a decentralized fashion. And he used this as a capstone project through the Ecosystem Value Flows course, which is offered by the Token Engineering Academy, to flesh out this idea. And so maybe I'll jump ahead a little bit. So this is really LTF. If we look at the crypto economics flower, it's focused on industrial systems engineering, AI and control theory and optimization, computer science and cryptography. So that's where we have a lot of heavy hitters focused on crypto economic systems. And of course we have the operations. We're running a startup company. We're now it's the TE services is becoming a full sort of decentralized arm of this, as working in the boundary space between LTF and the TEC. So this is the operations, research, and management science. We have applied economics and game theory, although we don't have so many specialists in that front. So of course looking to expand. But this is the natural overlap, is that the TEC brings all these heavy hitters in philosophy, law and ethics, political science and governance, psychology and decision science, economics and game theory, operations research. So between these ecosystems, and then of course we have the token engineering community right at the epicenter of all of this, facilitating study groups and research groups and operating between these. But in the intersection of these organizations, we get this sort of full coverage of the token engineering flower, which is something I wanted to highlight. Now, this one petal, industrial systems engineering, is something that doesn't come up so much in conversation around the TEC. And here's an idea. This, I believe, was made by Jeff Emmett, with an original credit going to Pat Rawson in a article called Ownership in Crypto Networks. But me and Jeff Emmett have been just talking so much about cash flows recently. And how we can really bootstrap a flourishing ecosystem by focusing attention on the flows of value. Of course, this is not new. The whole ecosystem value flows course is onto this idea, but there's some new protocols coming out, like Superfluid Finance, or Sablier Finance, which is all about streaming payment protocols. And I think this is, when you take this idea and combine it with sort of the original Giveth proposal engine, or what's been recently called the inverted proposal adapter, I think I'm getting that wrong, but that's really been fleshed out by PrimeDAO and Block Science. We're starting to look at these sort of adapter mechanisms that can be plugged in between DAOs to provide like automated service provision and automated funding, and by minimizing overhead. So of course, Longtail Financial, as being sort of a token engineering services firm, we're really interested in this idea of automated contractual agreements and automated flows of funds. And when you combine this with bonding curves and minting on a bonding curve, you get really interesting stuff. Maybe I'll jump to this slide. So this is essentially the LTF model that we've come up with. So it's the idea of launching a bonding curve and pairing a bonding curve with a cash flow operation. So if we have these token engineering services that can be provided, okay, then we can bootstrap an organism. We can get people paid off the bat to assemble a very high caliber, high skills team that can provide token engineering. We do that with a bonding curve that bootstraps these initial funds. Now, what happens is we use this cash flow adapter mechanism to implement revenue sharing and profit sharing so that revenue that's coming back into this cash flow operation can be diverted back into the bonding curve to mint more tokens, and the operation can hold a treasury in these. So we have an idea of this LTT token, Longtail token. So we use a sustainability loop essentially, where we have a fundraising mechanism which enables a cash flow operation, and cash flow goes back into minting on the bonding curve, which guarantees a return for the initial investors. So this is the fundamental model that we're exploring when it comes to launching a token. This is the value flows that we've seen fleshed out from the ecosystem value flows team. And essentially we have the treasury here, we have academic content, we have token engineering, public goods, and I don't have too much time to go into this, but we have this circular flow where we create an ecosystem where token engineers can go back and forth alternating between upgrading their skills and knowledge through academic practice in the Token Engineering Academy. They can take those skills and practice and they can apply them through token engineering services. And it enables this sort of continuous upgrading of the ecosystem where there's constantly knowledge being developed and then refined through practice. And it centers, we have the TEC in the center here, which is sort of in the central flow of this accumulating researchers, innovation, students, teachers, and token engineering public goods, which sit at the center of this ecosystem. This is Alexandra. One of our programmers in Longtail Financial, Johan, has implemented a Discord bot that auto logs hours whenever anyone's in any voice channel. So this is now how we work. So whenever we're working on sort of like a client product or service, we create a designated voice channel for them. And whenever we're working for them, we hop in that voice channel. So we get all of our hours automatically logged. And it forces this sort of collaborative environment where whenever anyone's working on something, they're incentivized to jump into a voice channel. So you can see who's working on what at all times. And I think this is a really complementary component. You combine this with source cred plus the praise system, and you're starting to illuminate the entire spectrum of the different sort of dimensions of work. I think this is a pure time tracking system. And this was last minute. I was trying to get this hacked up. I just put this on YouTube, so I don't know if it has an HD version yet or if it's even going to load. But we say Longtail Financial is living in the future. And so we're doing a lot of research in 3D modeling in the web. We were very deeply invested in a stack of tools built on 3JS, which is 3D modeling in JavaScript. And it allows you to use like graphics cards in the web to get high performance 3D modeling. And so we're thinking, how do we bridge Python world and JavaScript world to build out these like really cool 3D simulators and make them available in the web? So this is what's coming down the pipeline for LTF. And if you find any of this interesting, check us out. You can find all of our social media and links and Discord server and everything at Linktree/Longtail Financial. And I think that's the top of the hour. I hope my mic was on.